30, I had to make my first million. I was 28 at the time. So I was despondent, completely disillusioned. I think this is not working. On 30 grand K a year, that wasn't happening. I can't see me getting £1 million in 2 years. On top of all of that, I was really quite disillusioned as well, because how many have told their parents told them, you go and get your exams, get your qualifications, you make a lot of money? Yeah? Well, that's what I was taught. So ultimately, I'm getting my degree, yeah, go and get a master's, yeah, go and study for a PhD, thinking I'm going to be loaded. That wasn't the case. In fact, it was the opposite. The more qualified I was, the less people wanted to hire me. So I realised there's something's not right here. So reading this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I've found out that I'm not doing certain things right. In fact, if I want to be rich, then I know I can't have a job. A job is not the way to make money. So I quit my job. I literally handed in my resignation, and I left Abbey on October 31st, 2005. And I said, right, I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to be a mortgage broker. Well, if I'm going to help them make all the money, in that time you've got to remember these guys are making loads of money. So now I'm just on my 30K a year. So I said, well, I'm going to be on the other side and make the money myself. Now, so I registered 2 companies. You got to remember, so my wife's not working. I'm the only breadwinner. I've got 1 child, 2 mortgages. Yeah? No job. I start my own mortgage company, 100% commission only. No database to market to. No clients. In fact, I had to pay for leads. Yeah. Within 3 years, I turned that around. So I was based within a financial advisor company in the city, and within 3 years, I had my own staff. I was their top broker. I made more money than I ever made in my life at that time, and life was really, really good. I could buy my wife what she wanted. I bought myself my own car, cash. I've accumulated something like 24 properties we bought in that time. Life, as far as I was concerned, was a dream. And I moving now from the self-employed status to business owner, I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this to another level now. So I even have my own office, in fact. I treat it as my own office with my own staff in there. So I wasn't really coming to the office as much. I was more focused on getting the business in and growing the business. But I realised the mortgage deals weren't going through as seamless as they used to. I had a skill with investment purchases and we call self-sale or self-employed mortgages, and they weren't going through as easy as possible as they used to. Plus, they had what we call a loan-to-value limit, and at that time in the market, again, like 90%, ridiculous. They'll just give you money away. And then you see it going down to 85%, 80%, 75%. I'm like, I can't help these people anymore. Something's not quite there. So, who's heard of the credit crunch or the subprime crisis? Yeah? That knocked me for 6. So the back end of 2008 knocked me out completely. I just didn't see it coming. I didn't appreciate what was happening in the mortgage world. And my whole source of income was based on that one business. I had no other real alternative source of income. Properties were bringing in some money, but the way I structured it, it wasn't making loads of money. So I had a cash flow responsibility between 70 to 20K a month in terms of wages, shortfalls on any rents coming in. Generally speaking, that was the kind of cash flow I had to maintain. And it gone. No money was coming in from the business, and I had this lifestyle to maintain. And obviously being a mortgage broker, the credit file was the #1 thing in my life. So I had to make sure that was super clean. I couldn't borrow any money. And if I can't borrow any money, what? I can't do anything. I can't start a business, I can't live. Everything was based on debt. The mindset was based on debt. And that's completely wrong. And I'll come to that later on. So I had over £100,000 of credit card and loan debt. And my whole mentality was, good debt, bad debt. I don't know if you've read the book, but that's what it was talking about. So I subscribed to that wholeheartedly. Advise my clients, look, why use your own money to buy a house when you can get a house for next to no money at all, etc. And I'm realising, okay, so all this 100 grand worth of debt, phone calls starting, letters starting, the pressure starting. My wife's now getting a bit agitated. She doesn't like this pressure. And I didn't know what to do. My friends couldn't help me. They couldn't give me any advice. I couldn't borrow any money from anybody. No one could say, Richard, you do X, Y, and Z and you'll see this solution. So I was contemplating bankruptcy or going through an IVA. I didn't know what else to do. I had no business bringing an income in at all. So on top of that, I had savings, and all of it went to paying these creditors. All of it, because I was scared. I was like, okay, well, I can't afford to not pay my bills. I can't afford to have these people come and threaten repossession or bailiffs coming to my door or whatever. It just couldn't happen. So it came to the point that I had no money. I remember the last month, 15 grand, my last 15 grand went to pay off all these mortgages and loans. I said to my wife, okay, that's it. Now we don't know what's going to happen, but we only can pray. That was the worst mistake I ever made in my life. At the time I didn't realise. But so I was penniless and under pressure. And I got an email from a friend saying how he had saved over 30 grand and he hasn't paid any money towards his loans or credit responsibilities, and it's completely legal. Of course that got my attention. I'm like, well, he's doing this and it's illegal. I want to find out what's going on. And I watched a couple of videos online, went to a meeting not too different to this, and that was it. My life changed. My life changed. And I realised, I don't know if you've seen it on my website, but I was debt free. Within 24 hours, I realised I was free from debt. And in fact, I was wealthy. Just had to go about finding out how to get that money. So today I'm going to teach you that. I'm going to teach you exactly what's going on. If debt's an issue, you can eliminate it. If more money or lack of money is an issue, then I can show you ways that you can increase that. Literally overnight, okay? So am I still in the right place? Or are you still in the right place?